Return of childhood issues. Who were you as a child? Whatever happened to you back then may resurface right now. Divorce brings out a lot of childhood feelings, the bad ones as well as the good ones. Childish behavior is quite common during separation and divorce. You may have a tantrum like a 3-year-old on a playground because your marriage is ending. If you feel like someone walked off with your favorite Barbie doll, that's normal. Reverting back to childish behavior right now is okay. You are working through some type of hurt right now, and we have a tendency of reverting back to childlike behaviors. Al, a sports writer with 2 kids in elementary school, was divorcing, not by choice. It was his wife's call, he said. He had been a baseball star on his Little League team, and at 40, he hit the batting cage regularly and joined the softball league. He wanted to get sweaty and get dirty and exhausted again. Whatever your childhood tendencies were, it's not uncommon for those to reemerge during divorce. It's just simply a part of the healing process. So it's okay, let your inner child come out for a while. The dance of guilt and relief. Divorce brings forth strong feelings. It can impact everyone who's involved. Some people who separate do go on a dance. They tend to go back and forth in remorse for their actions and relief at being away from the other person. If the initiator has a conscience, they will probably be aware of how they are affecting everyone's life during this divorce process. On one hand, they may feel really guilty, but they may feel relieved at the same time. It's a common experience during divorce to go back and forth. Marla left a long-term abusive marriage. She felt uncertain about moving out for a very long time. Her father was a minister, and her father told her marriage was a permanent arrangement and to go back to her husband no matter what. It took her many years of prayer to feel forgiven by God. She asked for her children's forgiveness and was surprised when they forgave her very willingly. Although she has a full life now, Marla was never really given herself a break for fracturing her family. Some people may feel a huge sense of relief at not having to live up to a partner's expectations anymore. People leaving a marriage who feel relief say that no matter what the consequences were, they just couldn't stay in the relationship. They may even enjoy their new freedom and feel guilty for not feeling worse about ending the relationship. Jill had been married for 5 years to a really controlling husband. She said that whenever she finally made the decision to file for divorce and proceed with that, she almost felt relieved to tell people, hey, I'm getting a divorce. And her family was like, that's not a good thing. You need to kind of dial it back and not act so happy. But the sense of freedom and making a decision after so long was this sense of relief that she felt like she had needed. And she could start to dream about her life in the future again, whereas before she just felt like she was stuck in this past. It is good to remember that people around you don't handle divorce the same way. So if you find yourself in this sense of relief, know that when you tell people and you're happy about it, that you might not get the same reaction in return. It might be a good time to only communicate to your support group the happy feelings that you have right now, knowing that your friends and your family who are really intertwined with your marriage may be going through a difficult time during the separation. I understand that you're thinking, this is my life, I choose to be happy, but you also need to understand too and have empathy for those around you who have invested their heart and their time into your ex-spouse, into their lives. Telling them, hey, I'm getting a divorce and being really happy about it may come across as insensitive to other people around them, even though, yes, I know it's you going through a divorce. I'm only telling you this because it might help, and to please keep that in mind. The contents of today's video is based off of Laura Scott's book, The Accidental Divorcee. You can get a copy on Amazon. I'm going to put a link in the description below so you have easy access to it. It has a lot of real world stories that you may find relatable or comfort in. And again, we have a Facebook community group that you can join. Find like-minded people who are struggling in the same situation as you, may offer advice to other people from experience that you've learned. But thanks so much for joining us today, and I will see you next time.